guys, me and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, there's really no turning back. So today I'm gonna be giving you, I don't know if I should call them tips, but they're tips on things that I feel I hold dear in my natural hair journey, when I take care of my natural hair, how I style my natural hair, how I help it remain healthier. These are the tips that I feel like have helped me. Number one is trim. Trim your ends. If your ends are stringy and not coily, following your natural curl pattern, those ends are damaged and you need to get rid of them. If they're stringy, if they're straight, you need to let them ends go. Let them go, honey. Because they're only going to cause more damage to your hair in the long run. Because if, let's say I have split ends here, the split ends will run up my shaft. So all this hair basically will all be unhealthy. And that's why you won't be seeing any growth, because the growth that you're growing will just break off here because you have split ends, and your hair just keeps on breaking off and breaking off and breaking off, and you're wondering, why isn't my hair going past shoulder length, or why isn't my hair going past armpit length? It's probably because your ends are damaged and you need to cut them off in order for your hair to be able to grow. Not grow, in order for you to be able to retain length, okay? The second thing that this is like one thing that I live by is experimenting. Experiment, experiment, experiment. There are so many products for natural hair. So many. And just because one works for you doesn't mean you can't try the other one. You know? Like, that's just it. You need to be able to mix it up, have this product and have a little bit of that product. Today wash your hair with this, the next day wash your hair with that. You don't just like stick to one shampoo, one conditioner, one oil. Your hair will, yes, it could help your hair grow for like the first, let's say, 2 months. Because it's giving your hair the nutrients that it needs. But after a while, the nutrients that are in that specific product will not be needed by your hair anymore, because your hair is saturated by those nutrients. It needs something else. Like, let's say you saturated your hair with protein, but your hair needs moisture. Or it's almost the same like with the body. You could take a lot of calcium, but that doesn't mean that you don't need magnesium in your body. I don't know. You could take a lot of iron, but that doesn't mean that you don't need protein. Do I make sense? But anyway, experiment, experiment, experiment. And I'm not just talking about like commercially made products. I'm talking about like, even like you could put some banana in your hair, like blend it up, add some yogurt, add some olive oil, put that shit on your hair. Okay, we don't cuss in this channel. Sorry. Take an avocado, put some milk, put some castor oil, put that on your hair. Even just put plain yogurt in your hair, put some egg in your hair, and this is how you're able to realize what it is your hair likes and does not like. You're able to realize if you're protein sensitive or if you're not protein sensitive. You're able to realize if you're high porosity, if you're not or if you're low porosity. The only way you can be able to figure this out is if you experiment with different products. Okay? And you need to know these things because it will lay down the foundation of your hair regimen. And hair regimen is very important. Number 3, listen to your hair. Just like I was talking about in the number 2 point of experimentation, that you're able to tell if your hair has low porosity, high porosity, if you're protein sensitive, if you're not protein sensitive. That counts as listening to your hair. Okay? You're able to feel how your hair feels like after using a certain product. Figure out if your hair likes it, if your hair does not like it, if it made your hair more brittle, if it made your hair stronger, if it made your hair softer, if it made your hair thicker. These are things that you need to realize in your natural hair journey. That's why I'm saying listen to your hair. You need to be able to tell what your hair is doing. You need to be able to tell how your hair is feeling in order for you to have like a way forward in products to use, in styles to put in your hair, and everything that you need to help your hair be healthy, you know. Once your hair is healthy, length will follow, but the first thing is health, okay? Style protectively. You need to style your hair protectively. And when I say style protectively, I don't just mean like this. I don't just mean braiding your hair with synthetic.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because...
I don't just mean braiding your hair with synthetic hair. There's so many things, there's so many ways that you can style your hair protectively. There are wigs, there are weaves, there are braids, there are your own braids, there are twist outs, there are wash and goes, there are braid outs, there are buns, there are space buns, there are, like, there's a difference between buns and space buns. Like, there are bantu knots, there are so many things that you can do with your hair that will style it protectively, okay? I know in Kenya it's like so normal for everyone to be in braids like 24/7, 365, like it's Kenya. It's really not that expensive to get braids put into your hair, and it's usually the alternative for most people. I know most people in Kenya, I'm Kenyan, so I'm representing the 254. Most people in Kenya, we don't actually handle our hair. Before I went on my natural hair journey and like reduced heat, I want to say cut off, but I did use heat for some time. So reduced heat. I hadn't really actually handled my hair. I didn't even know what to do with my hair. I just used to look at my hair and I'm like, I just need to get it braided, like TBH, because there's nothing else I can do with my hair. But once I've started like handling my own hair, I've come to know so many things about my hair, so many ways that I can style my hair, so many ways that I can just have my hair without having a wig over it or a weave in it or braids in it. There's so many ways that you can style your hair protectively. I know I'm saying this again, but there are literally so many ways. So don't just stick to the traditional put synthetic braids in my hair and that's it, I've styled protectively. You also need to like let your hair rest. And also when you're styling protectively, okay, this will be in the next point. So number 5, be gentle. As you're styling protectively, don't style your hair too tight. Okay? Don't. You're gonna be ruining your hair. You're going to cause so much traction on your hair that you're actually going to lose hair. And this is the same like if you go to the salon and they're putting braids in your hair, don't let them do it too tight, okay? Don't let them do it too tight because one, you're hurting yourself. And I don't understand why you would want to hurt yourself. 2, you're gonna lose the hair that you have, okay? Don't also braid your edges. Don't braid them. You're gonna lose your hairline. This is number 1 cause of people losing their hairlines. And also like for me, when I style my hair protectively, I don't leave it in for too long. This is just like a note, an NB. I don't leave it in for too long. Like I usually have like 2 to 3 weeks. I keep it in for 2 to 3 weeks, at most a month, depending on how much growth I'm getting. If my hair has really grown, like if my braid starts here and all of this is my growth, but then it's time for me to take off my braids. I cannot keep them in for longer if the braid has already slid off till here. I'm just gonna lose hair and like I'm really paranoid about that. I don't want to lose my hairline or anything. I don't even like do touch-ups. That's how paranoid I am. Like if my hair has grown, time to take off my braids, no turning back. Also, in the point of being gentle, don't be too rough with your hair. Don't comb it too rough. So don't comb your hair really roughly. You're gonna just be yanking off hair. You need to be gentle with your hair. Be gentle with yourself. Yes, honey. 6, know the reasons why hair grows. This is important not because it will help your hair grow longer, but it will help you not stress about like your hair not growing longer as fast as you want it to be. Because everyone has their own growth rate. And you need to realize that. You can't just look at someone's hair and be like, oh, they had their big chop in January, and now it's March and their hair is like to their neck. Or they had their big chop in January and now it's June and their hair is like mid-back. And I had my big chop in 2018 and my hair, it's still here. Nah, honey. Nah. Everyone's hair grows at their own rate, so you don't need to stress about that, okay? As long as your hair is healthy, it will retain length if you retain length correctly, of course. You can't just like be doing strange things to your hair and expect your hair to retain the length. That is if you want growth. If you want health, you're already at health, honey. Health greater than length. Health greater than length. Don't forget that. Just let your hair be healthy and know that everyone has different genes. That's why everyone's hair grows differently, with a different curl pattern, with a different growth rate, with a different texture. So just know that, okay? Number 7 is water. Water, water, water. Water. Mizu, maji, le, bull. Water is like so important. I always have water in my spray bottle, and like I could just use plain water. I'm not talking about like water-based products. Those are good. But I'm talking about like water from the tap. That water. That water is what you should be putting on your hair because it's the same water that's in water-based products. So, and water is cheaper. So if like you don't want to spend like the extra coin on the water-based products, just have like plain old water in your hair. When you're showering, when you're taking a bath, pour some water into your hair. That's enough for it to last the whole day. Yeah. Sorry, I had an interruption. But water, water, water. I cannot stress how important water is. I cannot stress how good my hair feels when it has water in it. And like if you have low porosity, use warm water because the warm water will open up your hair cuticles, allowing your hair to actually be saturated with the water. I think the tests all throughout YouTube on how to tell your hair porosity. I did one, but I didn't really understand what happened because my hair floated for some time, then it sank like to the actual bottom. So those were 2 different results, and I don't really understand what was going on. I think I'm just blonde. Anyway, the tests on YouTube on how to on how to test for your porosity. So find out what your porosity is. It will help you a lot in terms of getting your hair well moisturized. But water is the way to go. If you're someone like me who just looks at a Shea Moisture product and you're like, "Wah, I don't got that money. Aha, wow." I'm gonna use water. Drink a lot of water too, because of course, whatever you put into your body will show on your hair. When you want your hair to be looking good, looking fly, looking big, looking shiny, you need to drink some water. Put some of that water, some H2O in your body, okay? So water, it's the cheapest way to go, and it's the best moisturizer, TBH. Everything else can come afterwards, like even your water-based products can come afterwards. But just giving your hair that little spritz of water and going in with like olive oil. Like, just find the cheapest oil you can. Going in with that oil after you spritz your hair will grow so wondrously. You will wonder why you even needed to buy those expensive products. Trust me. Number 8 is use a t-shirt, a cotton t-shirt or a microfiber towel to dry your hair. This is because I mentioned it in one of my videos, actually, one of my last videos. If you haven't seen that video, you're letting me down. Help me out. Go check out my video. To summarize what I said in that video is, it does not snag your hair like a towel does snag your hair. A towel will like rip off some of your hair, but a t-shirt, because it doesn't have those particles the towel has, it just glazes over your hair without pulling any hair with it. Same to the microfiber towel. I've never really used a microfiber towel, but I know I do have one. I just prefer the t-shirts because that's how I started my journey. I started my journey with t-shirts. You don't really need to go out and buy a microfiber towel. Just use a t-shirt, and that t-shirt you can just dry your hair with it, wash it and wear it the next day, because honestly, drying your hair with a t-shirt doesn't ruin your t-shirt at all. I speak so fast. But like, if you want to buy a microfiber towel, I think I saw some in Tmall, Taski's Mavazi, and they were selling them for I think a little less than 1,000. And you get like a big towel and a hand towel that are microfiber. Like, you can probably use that on your hair. I've never tried using microfiber towel on my hair. I would actually recommend the t-shirt more than the microfiber towel until I actually try out the towels. I'll try out the towels for you guys and let you know. Number 9 is to have a regimen. Have a regimen for taking care of your hair. Just like you take 3 meals a day to take care of your body, to keep your body getting those nutrients, to keep your body getting that energy. You also need to have a regimen to keep your hair clean, to keep your hair moisturized, to keep your hair oiled, to keep your hair just in the best possible state that it can be, because your hair is quite, like, if you're wearing it out like this, it's protected, yes, but it's still exposed to like sunlight, it's still exposed to the wind and dust and harsh environment, like just basically the climate. If you live in a place of winter, it's exposed to snow, I guess. So you still need to take care of your hair, because it's getting all this blows in the face, like sunshine comes to your hair, rain comes to your hair, the wind comes to your hair. So you need to have a regimen to be able to take care of your hair. One of the most important things is keeping your hair clean, okay? Some people wash their hair after 1 month, which is fine. Other people wash their hair after 2 months, which I think is a little bit nasty. But you know, you do you. But I think, like, if you actually want to see growth, keep your scalp clean, because that's where your hair is growing from. If it's clogged up with dust and dandruff and dead skin cells and oil, no new growth can come out. You're squeezing the little follicles, and your hair could even grow out thinner, hence breaking even more. Keep your scalp clean. In my regimen, I wash my hair every 2 weeks, and I'm quite religious to that fact. Even like if I don't notice it, I just start feeling like my hair needs to be washed. Whether I'm like, I don't count like 14 and 1, 2, 3, 14 days, let me wash my hair. I don't really do that, but I actually, because I've gotten so used to it, I actually feel it. I actually feel like,
you need to get your hair washed, girl. And I'm like, wash your hair. I'll go wash my hair.
But I always do it after every 2 weeks. Maybe a little bit more, like I could be like 15 days or 16 days, but basically I do it like after every 2 weeks. Okay, sorry about the outfit change. I lost my footage and I recorded this specific tip like 3 times, and I still lost my footage for all the 3 times, and I don't understand what's going on. Anyway, I only realized that I had lost the footage after, like, this is like 3 days after, as I'm editing. I only realized that I did lose the footage for this point. This is me explaining why I'm here in this outfit, but this is why I'm here in this outfit. The last tip, which is number 10, is stretch your hair. Stretching your hair, you can stretch it in very many ways. There is African threading, there is twists, there is plaits, there is the banding method, there is blow drying it. There's so many ways that you can stretch your hair, but there is an importance to keeping your hair stretched. If your hair is stretched, it prevents the formation of single strand knots, and also your hair doesn't tangle up as much. So stretching is something that is really important when it comes to maintaining length. For me, I can say that stretching my hair, because I've never really done like wash and goes. I rarely wear my hair out like in an afro, and even if it's an afro, it's like it was in a they were in braids first. I let my hair dry in braids, and then I just have a really big afro from that. But like, I've washed my hair and I do the afro. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but there is an advantage to keeping your hair stretched. You have less tangles and you don't get single strands knots. You have less tangles and you don't get single strands. You have less tangles and you don't get single strand knots that easily. So thank you for watching these 10 tips that I had to give to you. What tips do you use on your hair? What tip do you not agree with? What tip do you agree with? You know, let's talk, converse, comment below. I see all of my comments and I love every single comment that I get. Thank you so much. Please like, please subscribe, share widely, and I love you guys. Embrace your hair. Bye.